story begins in 1941, deep in the rugged mountains of East Africa, where one of the most overlooked victories of World War II took place. A victory not won by headlines, but by men whose names history rarely speaks. They were African soldiers, Soskaris from Kenya, Sudan, Nigeria, Ghana, and Ethiopia. And they were about to defeat one of Italy's most ambitious colonial armies. At the start of the war, Mussolini marched nearly 250,000 Italian troops into East Africa. They were well-equipped, heavily fortified, and expected an easy conquest. And when they looked at the African regiments facing them, many Italian officers laughed. To them, these soldiers were colonial auxiliaries, men not meant to stand against the European army. But they were wrong, terribly wrong. These African regiments, like the King's African Rifles, the Sudan Defense Force, the Nigerian Brigade, and the Ethiopian Patriots, kneeled to land the heat, the mountains, and the storms better than any European commander ever could. Where Italian troops struggled to move, African soldiers climbed. Where Italian supplies failed, African trackers hunted, scouted, and survived. And where Italian generals relied on rigid plans, African fighters used speed, silence, and instinct. The turning point came at the Battle of Cairo, one of the fiercest fights of the entire African campaign. Italian forces held the high ground with artillery dug into sheer cliffs. British commanders called it almost impossible to take, but African soldiers volunteered to lead the assault, knowing many would not return. Under the cover of darkness, Sudanese and Eritrean troops scaled cliffs the Italians believed were unbroken. Kenyan and Nigerian units stormed ravines under machine gun fire, and Ethiopian patriots who had fought the Italians for years guided Allied troops through hidden mountain paths. After weeks of brutal fighting, the Italians were pushed back. Karen fell, and with it, the heart of Italy's East African Empire. Word spread quickly. The men Mussolini underestimated had just beaten. By May 1941, African regiments helped liberate Addis, and Ethiopia's Emperor Haile Selassie returned to his throne. Italian East Africa collapsed completely. Yet, when the war ended, the world celebrated Europe's victories and forgot Africa's. The soldiers who fought in blazing heat, who scaled impossible cliffs, who survived with little food or water, received almost no recognition. Many returned home to poverty, some without the medals they earned, and many without their stories recorded. But history remembers even when nations do not. And today, we honor the courage of those forgotten Ascaris. The African soldiers who stood where others would not, who fought with strength the world underestimated, and who defeated an empire that believed it could never fall. Their victory reshaped East Africa. Their courage reshaped the war, and their legacy deserves to be told again and again.